Okay, here we're doing a little test with my Ironmaster dumbbells. These are my two previously owned dumbbells, and these are two brand new ones. And the first thing we'll look at is the locking mechanism when there's no weights on the dumbbells. This one doesn't lock unless you pull it out a little bit. This one is the same. This one, same. This one, however, is different. This one actually operates how you would expect it to, where you just insert and twist and lock. If, however, I take this one out, which again does not work, you have to pull it out slightly to get it in the right groove. If I use the one that worked on the other one, you can see that this also works as properly. This is kind of telling me that this one is manufactured correctly, but this one and all the other screws are in fact not created correctly with the threads because most of them are operating not as expected, but one actually is operating as expected. The next test is with one 2.5 plate on one side, with the other side having the pegs all the way in with no weight. So there's no weight on this side, one 2.5 on this side. Putting this all the way in, again, you have that issue of it just doesn't lock. I have to pull it out slightly to get it to lock. The problem with that is this becomes loose and it jiggles around. Same with this one. Doesn't lock as you would expect it to. However, if I pull it out a little bit, I can get it to lock. But because it doesn't lock as expected, this plate is moving around and does not feel tight. Same problem here. However, here is the final peg, the one that worked initially. I insert it all the way in, and it does turn as expected. There is no wiggling here. Again, clearly there seems to be an inconsistency here with the pegs or dumbbells that's just not correct. And this makes the usefulness of them a little less than satisfactory. I mean, this movement doesn't seem like much, but it is bothersome. All right, we're going to do our last test here. As recommended by some comments in an earlier video, that I should place the 2.5 pound plate on first, which I have done in all 4 dumbbells. Notice I have a new addition on my old dumbbells there to make them heavier. It's pretty cool. You can check those out at Ironmaster. But this did rectify most of the problem I was experiencing, except not entirely, and I'll show you that here in a second. So just like before, most of the time they actually work out correctly. So let me go ahead and screw this one on first. You can see the notch that allows the attachment to come out is way over here. That's good. That means it's nice and tight. It's not going to fall out. Here we are again. Tightens up nicely, although not as much as the first one. So you can see that there's still variation here, but still I would see this as very acceptable. Next one, pretty much the same as the first one over there, which is quite nice. This is what I would like to see. Here's where we see a little bit of a difference. You can see here that it does not line up. And we can go out a little bit further perhaps. And you can see that it's still right here close to the notch. Why is that a problem? It's a problem because if you're doing the exercise and this gets loosened up just a little bit, I can get it kind of pretty tight there, but I'm barely touching it. And it comes loose. And then what's going to happen? This could fall out. Fall on your foot. If it's from a decent distance, 2.5 pounds is going to hurt. So you definitely don't want that. Again, I think this is the defective piece here, because if I take this one out and do that over here, it works nicely. I put this one in here. Again, it's not horrible. This can work, but this just can come off, so easily. I'm not really pulling that hard, that if it does get loose, there's not much distance for it before it will come out. This one here to me is unacceptable.